Hey, in today's video, we're going to be talking about scams that are associated when you get your LLC set up. And specifically, I'm talking about these two mailers that would cost you $168 of completely wasted money. So we're going to walk through these and I'm going to make you aware of some tips and strategies to be able to spot things just like this. So why don't we go through the first one here? It looks pretty official and I'll put this up on screen so you can see it, but it says LLCs. It looks kind of official, right? I just set up an LLC in the state of Colorado, so it also looks official because it's coming from Denver, Colorado. And it says that it's a labor law poster, it's business mail, time sensitive, etc., etc. So important information enclosed. So when you open this up, let's take a look at a couple things on here. One of the first things that you should be aware of is the address. So I always like to do this. It says 720 South Colorado Boulevard, Penthouse North. So if we go to Google here and actually look up this address and then look at Google Street View, what you're going to see here is something that looks a little peculiar. This is actually a UPS store. That is where the address is coming from. So the reason for this is you get these companies that will tell you, hey, you got to send us money. They set up different stores in every single state. So regardless if you're in Colorado, Hawaii, Alaska, whatever, you're going to get these mailers that are trying to get money out of you. So if we open this up a little bit further, this particular one is saying that it's $98 and that this is for labor posters. But if you look at the very bottom of this letter here, it says LLCs is a non-government publisher of copyrighted compliance poster compilations. So we already know it's not government. And then another thing that you should be aware of too when you're reading these, and I'll highlight this again on screen, it says for further questions, contact us at info@llcscomp.org. So .org kind of sounds official, but it's really not. If you're not getting something from a .gov site, it's probably not an official government agency. So I actually looked this up here. It says, can I buy a .gov domain? And it says only US-based government and public sector organizations are eligible to obtain a .gov domain. So when I see .com or .org or things like that, I get a little bit suspicious. But there is actually some merit to this letter in the fact that you need to get labor law posters set up. But what I would recommend in your situation for this is I would search the state that you set up in, and I'm going to put in labor law poster. All right. So in this particular case, Colorado. So what I'm looking for is something that is a .gov website. So you can see that right here. And when I open this up here, this is a list of all the labor posters that you need to print and put up in your location. So again, this may cost you like $3 to $5 in printing, but that's a lot cheaper than paying this company $98 to ship you these posters. So why don't we take a look at the next scam here, because this is really important too. So again, this one looks pretty official. It was CO Certificate Service, and it's at 191 University Boulevard, Suite 310. I see that Suite 310 and I'm like, all right, let's take a look at this and look it up. Well, we looked this up, wouldn't you know that we have another UPS store. So you can already see where this is going. But again, this is worth taking a look at because I'm going to show you how you're going to be able to search these things so that you don't have to pay any money to get this certificate of good standing. So this particular one is basically saying certificate of good standing. If you take a look at the website here, the email address, it says at certificatefilingservice.com. So I decided to actually look that up and see what that looks like. And wouldn't you know, that website doesn't even work. And again, I'm a little suspicious because it's .com. So we already know that this is just essentially a scam. But one of the things that it says on here is that you have one step left in order to buy your optional certificate of good standing from Colorado Certificate Service. So again, if you just go to Google and search this, what I'm looking for is a state website. So state.co.us, that is a government website right here. And you can tell because it looks ugly as hell. So if you go to question 3, it says, I received this mailing saying I need to pay a fee to a company. And do I need to actually do this to have good standing? It says, no, we offer the official version of your certificate on our website for free. So I will say this is a little bit of a pain because the state websites are pretty ugly. But if you go to business organizations here and search business database, it's going to be something similar for you when you're searching this. This is called pay your rent because it's for rental property. So when I search this and I open this up and I click on the ID number of this specific LLC that I created in Colorado, all I have to do is click on here and get a certificate of good standing. So when this opens up, this is the certificate. So what these companies are doing is they're constantly just crawling these state websites for new business formations. They're sending out these letters and they're just becoming this unnecessary middleman. So all you have to do is just print this. And again, in this particular case, you would save $70 minus your cost for printing. Now, a lot of times when people are getting LLC set up, they waste money in other ways as well, because there's different ways they can get your LLC set up. So if you guys are looking to set up an LLC, I do have links in the description below. Some of them may be affiliate links. I will mark them as such. So we have 2 videos on the screen here. One is how to start an LLC. If you haven't done that yet, I'm going to show you the most cost-effective way to do that. And then the video beneath that is the best business banking account. In my opinion, that is Novo. So I'm doing a review of that because you want to get a business bank account set up as soon as possible. And I'll explain that in that video as well. All right, guys, I'll catch you in the next video.